Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of what's the podcast name? Yarnquisitions. It's been a while. It's been like 2 months about since my last episode, or maybe longer from my last podcast. Probably like 3 months since my last podcast and like 2 months since my last video. I've just not been feeling it lately. I just didn't want to record, honestly. So I just took a break. And today's kind of foggy or cloudy, so the sun will come in and out, and I can't do much about it. So yeah, I'm just putting on my scarf that I made with the leftover yarn from this sweater. This is the crepe bear, what's it called again? The cargill sweater, right? This is the cargill sweater. Maybe you can see it. Oh, and I cut my bangs like yesterday or 2 days ago. I don't remember. Yeah, just chilling. So since last time in December, I worked on the Jolie sweater, and I finished it in January. So I've been wearing it like pretty much every now and then. But I also wear like a sweater underneath as well because it's pretty holey. Like it's just mohair, so it's not very thick. It's very thin, and I just don't think it's enough for like Bay Area weather. But it's not even that cold here. It only goes down to like 36, basically freezing or like 0 at night. That's the coldest it'll ever get here. So it's just, not that cold. But I still have to wear like a jacket, which is annoying, but whatever. I definitely miscalculated the body because I think I made it longer than what it was supposed to be. And yeah. But the sleeves are definitely like pretty long, and they're like as wide as my Ingrid sweater, or almost as wide as, no, it is. It's as wide as my Ingrid sweater, so it's pretty big, to be honest. I would like the sleeves like a little smaller, but because I worked bottom up, I couldn't, like, I didn't really know how big it would be because of the way that I started the sleeves. So in the pattern, you're supposed to start the sleeves with just a regular, what's it called again? I keep blanking. Just a regular long tail cast on. But I did the tubular cast on. Is it tubular? No, it's the Italian cast on. That's what I did. So it's like a seamless cast on. You don't see, there's no like line. It's just continuous rib. So that could be why it's like stretchier than what it's supposed to be, or because it's straight in line, which I like. I like the sleeves to be straight, but yeah, it's just kind of big for my taste, especially if I want to wear it over stuff. Like I wore this under the Ingrid sweater that I have for skiing, and it was fine. Like it works, but it would be nice if it was smaller. Mimi, come on, stop it. Get off the table. Let's see. And yeah, I think this is my only finished object. I just been slacking on the dog sweater that I've been working, that I haven't touched since December. Let me see. And I did finish both socks. I just haven't taken pictures of them. Of the kaisla sock. But also still have like a little extra yarn, so maybe I can do like a little rib here, because it is a little on the short side for me, because I do like my socks quite long. But yeah, this is the nuri variegation. I just really like, even though it's on the purple side, I don't really fancy purple that much, but it looks so nice, honestly. It's kind of like stripy variegation, which, I thought I would not like that much, but it looks good. At least on a sock. And I kind of don't want to wear it because it just looks so nice. I think the base, and this is the yarn is by Lavender Fiber Company, on their I think a dreamy sock base, which is 10% cashmere, something majority percent superwash merino, and then another 10% nylon or something. Can't really remember. So, bear with me for that. But yeah, on the sock blocker, it looks nice, but I won't be blocking socks on my sock blocker. I just use it to show, because I like my socks to be snug, and this is a little on the loose side for me, and I wear a size 6.5 shoe, and my feet measure to be 23 centimeters long in general, so yeah, I have kind of small feet. But yeah, and sometimes I'm a 6 in some brands, if their shoes run large, then it's a size 6, like Converse. But I'm usually 6.5 in US shoe size. And I made this in their smallest size for the kaisla sock, so yeah, and it's kind of loose, so do that what you will. If I make this again, I'll probably, I don't think I can reduce the number of stitches or repeats, because then it would just look weird. I don't know. I don't have smaller needles either. I only have, because I think I did this on a 2.5. Yeah. Oh, at least I'll show you what the dog sweater looks like. I just missing a leg hole, so that's all I need to do. It's just another leg hole, but and then I could just hand it over. But it looks nice. And yeah, the dog's really, really small, so that's why this has to be quite tiny. My cousin's dog is just so freaking tiny compared to any other animal, I think. besides like teacup dogs or teacup anything. Yeah, it's like the smallest dog I've ever seen. So yeah, just oh yeah. And I've also been working on. Well, I've been putting this on hold. I haven't worked on it in February, I think, but I've got a lot of progress on it, and it's the Billie sweater, by Sari Nordland. I mean, it looks good. I would have to block it to see its true size, but I'm making the smallest size as per usual, and yeah, it does have a lot of like stretch, so I'm not really worried about the fit really. Like as long as my arm fits, you know, it's chill. But basically, if I stretch out my hand, right, then I know that my arm fits, because my arm's just not that huge ever, so yeah. And the neck is quite stretchy, but it'll cinch up when you put in the neck band, so I'm not worried about that either. But I'm always worried about the length, because I'm like, how long do I have to make this, you know? And I think I worked on it. I started in January. No, it started in December. So I worked on it for maybe a month. So, but I only still got the body on. But yeah, it's kind of nice to work in DK weight with a mohair. I'm using the knitting yarn, which is like a slightly rougher merino. Like it's not the softest, but it's not rough, because it's 100% merino, and it's by the Pro Soho. I got it on sale, that's why I have it, and it's in the color blue willow. It's definitely a green for sure, but it's a green with a slight like blue. It like leans slightly blue. I think that's a good way to put it. And I'm using Knitting for Olive mohair and dusty artichoke, because I just have so much of this. It's like a sweater's worth, because I have leftover from my sweater dress, if you remember that. So yeah, because I overbought, because I didn't know how much more yarn it would take to make that dress. So yeah, overbought like by 4 balls of yarn, so that's why I'm using the 4 balls of mohair for this sweater. I think I have 1 and a little bit left, but I still have some, maybe like 2 used balls of mohair left still in the closet, so yeah, I'm pretty sure I have enough. But yeah, I just haven't been working on it because I've been working on the next project I'm gonna show you. And I'm using the petiteknit project bags. I think it's called the Get Your Knit Together bag. And yeah, this is pretty useful to like lug this project around, because all I just need is this. But sometimes I forget my cable or an extra interchangeable needles to use as a cable needle. So that's when I really struggled doing this sweater, is when I forget an extra needle. Yeah. Alright, and here's the, I thought it was in my closet, but it's not. It's the 2 extra used Like I broke into these balls, but I didn't use all of it. It's just, I think there's about half left of that. And it's the rest of the leftover from this Jolie sweater project. So I have quite a bit of mohair. I could definitely make another sweater with this, but I'll get to that in a bit. Just put it somewhere first. And I want to show you what Nimbus looks like, right? It looks nice, very pastel-y, okay, very bright. It looks very bright to me, especially in this lighting. And what it looks like, I'll knit up with a fingering weight yarn. So it doesn't really look like much, actually, but you can sort of see a little bit of the color, but it's very hard to tell because it is variegated. But yeah, it's easier to see in person than on film, or even in pictures. It's really hard to capture it. But maybe if I put it next to this yarn ball, maybe you can see it a little better. Because it's much paler in comparison to what's knit up. Especially over here. Like, yeah, maybe you can see it that way. Yeah. It's very different. I thought it would be much brighter like this, but the natural color of this kind of washes it out. So I wasn't expecting that, and maybe that's why this is much deeper in color than what I was expecting when I received it. So yeah, it really washes out the color. So yeah, maybe I would stick to much brighter colors for silk mohair, so that if you pair it with a natural color, it'll come off brighter or more obvious. So yeah, I was gonna get silk mohair in Snow Angel by Lavender Fabric Company, which is the same company that made this. But yeah, it was too pale, so I think if I ever get Snow Angel, I'll get it in their like DK or worsted base. They have two DKs, I think, Dreamy DK and Classic DK, but they also have Classic Worsted, I think, or something. But yeah, and Classic Worsted is their superwash base, 100% superwash, and then the Dreamy DK is like it's like the Dreamy sock, but like DK version, you know. So yeah, I'm almost finished. I finished the sleeve, and I worked on this part of the sleeve when I went skiing, but I got too sleepy because it was too warm in like ski lodge, so I only worked on like 2 rows of the sleeve of the lace pattern, so that was kind of not the best. But yeah, I'm working on the second sleeve now, and yeah, I should be done with the decreases soon. And the modification I made on this is I worked the sleeve decrease, or not sleeve decrease. I worked the sleeves the same way as no, that's not way. I think it's better to say that I did the sleeve lace on the body. Yeah, I think that's a better way to say it. And I just stopped doing the stockinette when I have when did I stop it? When I have 14 centimeters here, or 15 centimeters, that's when I started increasing for, so that I have the right amount of stitches for the lace pattern, because it wouldn't have worked otherwise. And then I did the lace pattern. And I did 11 repeats of the lace pattern for size 1 of the kuutar pullover. And this is also by Sari Norland. Okay. I just am obsessed with her sweaters. Like most people are. Yeah. It was kind of nice to work on it, but I felt like there were some parts that didn't need to be a knit. It could have just been a twisted rib, and like vice versa, and you know. But I mean, it's kind of nice to just follow the charts anyways. But yeah, still I am gonna make the kuutar cardigan. So yeah, because I bought too much of this, so I was thinking I could make another kuutar thing. So I bought the kuutar cardigan, and I'm gonna use the leftover, right here, the leftover mohair for that cardigan, because then this would be darker in color. Excuse my cat, she's using the litter box. So yeah, it would just be much more variegated, because I was thinking of doing the larger bagger way of just like tying all the mohair together in like sections, so it would turn out to be variegated in the end. It's a lot of knots. I'm not ready for that. But at least I haven't finished the kuutar pullover yet, so I don't have to get started on this project yet. I do have navy mohair, also by Knitting for Olive, but I think that would be too dark for this color palette. So yeah, but I also have leftover mohair from this sweater, but it's such a bright color compared to all these colors, but it's similar to Dusty Artichoke, but is it too bright? I don't know. That's why I'm just like, I don't know. And there's just so much mohair. Like, I would still have leftover mohair after finishing the kuutar cardigan anyways, so I don't know what to do with all this mohair. And I did buy Typical Bliss's yarn. This is mykt knitting book on the eco fingering base, which is the organic merino wool. It's 373 meters per 100 grams. And yeah, I bought this, I don't know, December, and it came in like early January or something. No, bought it end of November. In November, came late December or something. I think it was after Christmas. And yeah, Christmas time was kind of official for me because I went to San Diego and then I got stuck in the airport and then we had to drive back. And we made it back home here at like 2:30 a.m. And it was like the craziest time to be stuck at an airport because Southwest just completely shut down basically. And yeah, that was really annoying. And then in January, well, recently, like 2 weeks ago, I went on a ski trip, or last week, 2 weekends ago, I went on a ski trip, and I did a lot better than I thought, because I usually have like really big anxiety or while in the car, but this time it was just not that bad. So hopefully I can go on future ski trips or airplanes, especially since I might go on an international trip this year, and that's a lot of time on the plane and in the airport because it takes that much longer to go on the plane when you go international. It's been a long time. I think the last time I went international was like 2018 or something. It's a long time ago. And I'm not excited for that. And this year I still have to go to San Diego. But like in November. Which I'm sure it's still gonna be hot then. No, not November. October. For a wedding, of course. But and then I still have to go in Thanksgiving probably, or because I don't want to deal with the Christmas time like a few months ago. That was bad. Okay, and I think that's all I want to share. I know I didn't show some of the other stuff I bought, because I did buy other yarn, and I don't think I showed it since receiving it, but I just thought it's not that important. It's just some Pearl Soho yarn. I think this yarn as well, and like a gray color of this yarn and navy, but I mean, you've seen the navy one before, like way back. I think first episode. Oh, and anniversary of the podcast, because I uploaded my first video on February 14th, Valentine's Day, because I don't do anything for Valentine's Day, like ever, with my boyfriend, so yeah, I was just bored last year, because there's nothing to do. So, yeah. Oh, and I made tea. It's English breakfast, but I pour some milk in it, and the flavor is just not that strong. And it doesn't taste like English breakfast, but maybe it's because I didn't get my usual brands for English tea, for black tea. I don't know. That could be why. Well, that's it for me, I guess. Yeah, what I've been working on, what I've been not working on, and a little bit of future plans. I think that was, and a life update, kind of. Well, I see you guys probably not next week, probably in 2 weeks or something. Yeah. So see ya. Have a nice day. Hope you guys get some sun.